Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, it's Kaga. So, welcome back to World of Tanks. I don't upload a lot of content related to World of Tanks anymore. I used to. And I think I logged in for like the first time in a month. Or just about that amount of time, and had a few games this last night, and it became immediately apparent why I don't really play anymore. And I decided to pick two games that more or less encapsulate many of the problems that I have with World of Tanks these days. And let me get the ones out of the way that, I think everyone knows. World of Tanks PC is not really aged that well. I mean, the graphics are okay. They were okay, like, when I started really getting into the game back in, like, 2012, but they really haven't gone much farther than that. The game has changed a lot. A lot of the game mechanics used to have a very good purpose, but wargaming then went on a crusade against bushes, and everything started coming out of balance, and, well, we know that story. Now, I'm not going to tell you that, oh, it's going to be two games in the Leo. Actually, I'm going to tell you that, and spoiler alert, well, semi-spoiler alert, the second game that I have picked for you today, it couldn't be in a more different vehicle. I will let you ponder what that vehicle could be. But on with this particular replay in the Leopard Mark 1. So, when it comes to this map, as much as they've changed this map, they haven't really changed it at all. The corner of fail still exists. It's just a matter of there's a little more RNG on whether or not it becomes the corner of fail for your team or not. And unfortunately, yeah, it's the corner of fail for my team. Our E100 and our FV215B, they both died pretty much without doing anything. You will find out about that when I actually go over the battle results a little bit more. Yes, I'm actually motivated to go over them this particular match. So, right here, the Leopard is not one of those tanks that has any armor, so one of the key things that you do, and it doesn't matter whether you're doing it in World of Tanks or in War Thunder, you tend to make use of these nice little defilades where the enemy can't arc shots into your nice squishy self. And unfortunately, yeah, that spotting system nabs me again. Ugh. And the Object 268 is able to plant a big meaty hit into me, and I decide I don't want to start trading shots with him, since he obviously knows what he's doing with the spotting mechanics. And I'm gonna put some hard cover between myself and him while I decide my next move. Looking at the mini-map, yeah, no. I need to start transitioning to the next fire position, because supporting the 7-1 and the 140, that I know it's a giant dick move, but at the same time, 7-1 was mostly dead, and the 140 has not illustrated that he really warrants me dying to help him. And I know it's a cruel thing to say, but if he was, he would have been using that closer defilade to my current position than the far one that he currently occupies. Oh hey, it's a predictable result. And predictably enough, he decided to not move when push came to shove. And oh yes, it's with some irony that I've been keeping up with Jingle's videos, and he decided to comment on how the landslide victories and defeats don't happen all that often in World of Tanks, and, well, looks that way. Looks like we're getting one right now. Which is kind of if you were just looking at it from my perspective, you wouldn't suspect that at all, because thus far it's been looking like a pretty solid game. And then, yeah, that went horribly awfully quickly. So, yeah, we have the wonderful pain of this team. And this is the most, for me, it was perhaps one of the more painful things about playing World of Tanks recently. Yeah, we had the wonderful case of a third of our team not doing anything, and we suffer a loss, even though we did fairly good. I'm not going to droll too much further on that, so on with the next game, yeah. So, yeah, I promised you that this tank could not be more different than the Leopard 1. And I think now you see why. This is the Type 4. It's also a Tier 9. Now, unlike the Leopard, I think the Leopard goes about as fast forward. Oh, wait, not forward. It goes as fast going backwards as this thing will do going forwards on level ground. It's terrifying, actually. The Leopard has a very nice fast-firing gun. No armor, great mobility. Well, this thing has great armor, no mobility, and it's basically a moving battleship. So its gun just says, nope, 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 nope. Well, yeah, it's one of those, this gun will sometimes troll you, it will sometimes troll the enemy. So what am I going to talk about with this particular replay? And that's a very fair point. I mean, the Type 4 is one of those machines that if you get it on a map like this, you'll usually do well. But I don't know what it was with this one, and wow, that looked like, when I was playing this, that looked like a hit. I was like, what the bleep? And then I actually, seeing in the replay, I actually saw that it just barely missed that Tiger's turret, which makes me a little, salty. And yes, you are going to see that I'm not going to stop to fire on some of these shots because I need to actually get somewhere. And the Type 4 is not exactly the best at getting up and going, as you can see. So what I'm actually going to talk about, and ow, that looked like that hurt. Ow. Yeah, already fair and balanced. Fun and engaging, and okay, that's one of the reasons I really have a hard time, well, not just with World of Tanks, but with a lot of the shooter genre, is the community sucks. Like, I understand that you're frustrated, IS2, but please don't be a homophobic dick in chat. I really don't like it. It's funny. The older I've gotten, it's just one of those, I don't really want to waste my time with seeing that in the limited amounts of my free time that is ever so in demand. So it just makes me like, there are times where I actually just want to quit matches when I see that stuff come in. And ow, Artie, you're supposed to aim for heavy tanks, not light tanks. Please, what does this game come to? Please, what has it come to? Artillery is sniping light tanks, not heavy tanks, especially slow-moving ones. Granted, I don't think that M5355 had to hit the same postcode to kill that 1390, but still. So what is the other reason that I have a hard time getting the desire to log in? So you've seen the bad teams, you've seen the community. For me, it's not the mechanics per se, but it's the fact that when I do win, it feels very hollow. And now you're gonna, when I'm seeing this, it just, this 5120, I had no satisfaction from slapping him in the face. I really didn't. He couldn't even damage my gun, and he had a good shot at it. It doesn't make me feel good, you know? I don't know. It's not that I want a fair fight, but I want a good one, you know? And it was at this point where I was kind of hoping the artillery would do something novel, and I was kind of hoping that he would appear out of one of these little nooks and crannies in here and give me a fight, because no offense to the AT-15, but he could fire his APCR and I wouldn't give two rats' asses about it. It's just how much armor and how much health I have left. At this point, I wouldn't care. Just like I don't care about, the fact that there's an ally right there, and RNG should slap me in the face and put that shot into that ally from time to time, but, it didn't. Yeah, it was a great win. We came out more or less towards the top of the team list, but it was just so empty. It wasn't the only match I had like that tonight, but I think that was one that just stuck with me because of that whole engagement with the 5120. It just didn't feel right, It felt like seal clubbing at its finest, except it was at a tier 9, and I don't know. I know other people have their gripes. I mean, the crusade against bushes was a legitimate issue. The general game balance, directions that they want to take the game, the lack of developer attention, other things. But for me, it's just one of those. When I play games, I understand when you have those moments of absolute salty rage. There's a reason why people keep playing World of Tanks, World of Warships, War Thunder, aka Rage Thunder, and they just keep playing them, even despite them getting salts, even despite the occasional bits of toxic salts, bits of rage moments, and all this other stuff. They'll keep doing it so long as it's, even if they lose, that it's fun. But when I do win in World of Tanks anymore, it just feels so empty. Maybe that's me. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments if that's the same with you. Or maybe there's other reasons why you don't like playing World of Tanks. You can also let me know in the comments. So, I think for the time being, don't expect much regular World of Tanks content. I'm still debating on whether or not I want to get the regular Armored Warfare stuff up. There are issues with that. I think I have them detailed more or less on my Google Plus page, so please check that out. Link to that is in the description box down below. Anyway, thank you for having bared with me. I know it's a little longer than normal, but please, thank you, and I bid you a good day.